All right, so you've completed your understanding integers packet. Now we're going to talk about absolute value and opposite integers. Now, absolute value, um, these two things can be pretty simple if you understand what absolute value and opposite means. Absolute value is, say I have, here's my number line, and say I have an integer group of maybe I have -1, maybe I have 3, and -4. So I have those three integers. I'm going to plot them on the graph. So get my orange, -1 is going to go right there. 3 is going to go right here. -4 is going to come right here. So I have my three integers plotted on the graph. Now I want to find their absolute value. One way they might ask you for absolute value is by going like this. These two lines here next to them represent that they're wondering what is the absolute value of that. Not is it positive, is it negative, but what is the value of it? And so what you do is you start at 0. With absolute value, 0 is the key. So you go from 0 to here. How many numbers did I go from 0 to -1? I went one number. So the opposite value equals 1. Okay. Let's do the opposite value of 3. So if I have 3 here, I have those two lines. It's asking for the absolute value. Now I find my plot here. Then I have to say, I don't care if it's positive or negative. I want the value of it. From 0 to 3, what's my value? I go 1, 2, 3. So there's 3. So the absolute value of 3 is 3. Let's do -4. -4, looking for the absolute value. It's right here. So now I start from 0. I'm going to get rid of this when I'm done with this. I'm going to start from 0. You always want to start from 0. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So the absolute value of -4 is 4. The way you can kind of do this is you look at the number and it's never going to be a negative. Absolute value will never be negative. If 0 is the starting point, whatever number you're asking for is the number. So -1 is going to be 1. 3 is going to be 3. -4 is going to be 4. Absolute value is how much is it from the 0, from the base point, to whatever number you're at. If it's positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Opposite value. Okay? If you have any questions about that, come see me and I can talk to you a little bit more about that. Now, opposite value is one thing, absolute value is one thing. Let's do opposite now. Okay? All right. See if I can keep my number line here. Get rid of my plots. And you can go like this. Now I have to fix a little bit of my number line. There we go. Okay, so we have 3 there, -1, and -4. Okay, so we got my number line. Get rid of this. Now opposite. So if I have the integer -2, the opposite of that is 2. Because from -2, the absolute value is 2, 1, 2. And so I want to go the opposite way, 1, 2. The absolute value of that is 2. So -2 and 2. If I have the opposite of 4, 4 is over here. I'm going the other way. I go 4 here, then 4 here. -4. Opposite. Pretty basic. It's just whatever the positive and the negative, it's the opposite. 111. The opposite, -111, the opposite is 111. 25. The opposite is -25. 7. The opposite is -7. -14. The opposite is 14. It's just the exact same amount away from 0 on the positive or the negative, depending on what side you're on. All right, hopefully that makes pretty Makes sense? If it doesn't, come see me, and I can help you out with a little bit more. So at this point, you're going to do packet number 2. It's 3 pages. Do the first page, get it checked. Second page checked. Third page checked. Once you're done with packet number 2, you're going to move to the video that's called Compare and Order Integers. After watching that video, then there's a packet for that too. Okay?